Good morning, everybody. It's Christine from Christine Stamping Spot. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Alberta, Canada. And welcome on this Friday, October 31st, Halloween. Or I think some people still called it All Hallows Eve. I'm not sure. But I hope you're all going to have a wonderful day today. Are you all set for your little trick-or-treaters coming to the door? So if you're watching, leave me a comment. Let me know where you're tuning in from. It's always nice to see who's watching. So this will be my first complete month of Facebook Lives, which I've tried doing and hoping to do every Friday, unless there's something that comes up, but hopefully every Friday, 10 o'clock, I should hopefully be here. So I'd love to see you. And yeah, let me know how Halloween is in your neighborhood. Do you get lots of kids? Do you not get lots of kids? Is it a young neighborhood? We don't typically get a lot where we are. We've been here for over 30 years now, so our crescent's kind of going through a cycle where we're starting to get a couple of new little kids in the crescent, but our crescent's about a block removed from a park. So some people just don't go that extra little distance to get to our crescent. So, but that's okay. It's a Friday night. We don't know. We're prepared, but we'll see who shows up. So who do we have here today? I'm just going to, switch my camera around. And so just bear with me, close your eyes for 1 second. And hopefully you guys can all see that. Hopefully it's fairly straight. My phone might be a little bit crooked here. All right, so let's see if we're all connected here this morning. I hope we don't have too many hiccups today. Hello, Marlene. Good morning. So we'll see who shows up. It'll be awesome. We are going to make a little, okay, it's going to be a Halloween treat holder today, but it is an all occasion treat holder. Okay, I'm just going to adjust my camera here. So you can use this for birthdays. I'll show you. Let me show you. Okay, so this is what we're going to make. And so when you open it up, you can put your treat in here. And then you open it up and you can write your little greeting here. So it's kind of like a treat box card all in one. So this was actually shared with me by my friend Janet. Thank you, Janet. I was playing around with this a little bit, and she got it from somebody named a demo in the States. I think her name was Verna Mullen, who got it from somebody else. So it's definitely been shared and maybe even been going around on YouTube or Pinterest. I'm not really sure. But you can use this as an all occasion treat box. You could do it with Christmas designer paper. You could do it for a birthday, Valentine's Day, even a wedding if you wanted to, do it really nice and maybe put in a gift certificate or some gift cards to a store for a wedding gift, or, whatever you'd like. So different occasions you can definitely use this for. So there was another version, a smaller one, but we're going to do the large one. Okay, so I'll kind of show you this one. Well, maybe I'll show you right away. I just did this one with a bow, or I tied it up with a bow. And in here, I just put like a pack of Skittles, but you could put probably 2 packs in there. It's kind of wide, or something else. And the only difference with these 2 boxes is the height. So the measurements for the width are all the same. It's just the height that you would have to adjust, which is really simple to do. Okay, so let's get going to this this large treat box, and we'll see how that comes. So we have a little bit of scoring to do. Okay, so because I'm doing it Halloween, My sample I did in black, but this one I'm going to do in pumpkin pie because I thought, well, maybe you can see it a little bit better. So this is our base. So the width of it is 10.5, which will always stay the same regardless if you're making a large one or a small one. But for me, I played with the measurements a bit, and this one I'm making 6.5 tall. So for the short box I showed you, it was only 4 inches tall. Okay, so that's the only difference in the measurements. Other than your designer paper that you'll use, but you can, that's easy to measure out. Okay, so for this large piece, we are going to score this. So I open my arm here. So we're going to start at 1/2 inch. And again, hopefully I don't slice my paper today. I think I did that last week, didn't I? Yikes. Hi, Kathleen. Nice of you to come on Halloween. Everybody ready? And then we're going to score at 1 inch. Okay, then I'm going to just turn this around because we're going to have to score at 4 inches. I apologize if my table is shaking a bit. And then 4.5. And then our last one is 7.5. Okay. Now there's 2 other pieces we have to score. I'm just going to set this aside. So we have this piece, which is going to be the bottom closure of our box. Okay. So this was cut at 3 by 1.5, and I'm going to score it on the 1.5 side at 1/2 inch and 1 inch. Okay, so let's just get our scoring done first, and then we can assemble. So 1/2 inch and 1 inch. Okay, so it's basically just half is how it works. Okay. So that's our closure, and then the last piece we have to score is our front flap here, okay, which is going to go in the top. So for that, I've got a piece at 4.5 by 3, and on the, let me see, no, on this side, on the 4.5 side, I'm just going to double check my notes to make sure I'm scoring this at the right place. Yeah, on the 4.5 inch side. So we're going to score again at 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, and 1 inch. Okay, so that is it for scoring. So I'm going to put this away. And then with this flap, this top flap, I'm going to round the corners. Now you don't have to, you could leave it as is. And this is our old trio punch that I pulled out. Some of you might even have our old corner rounder punch. Okay, so whatever you have, these are retired, of course. And there we go. Okay, so this will be our flap. Okay. All right. So I'm going to bring our base back in. Okay. How's that going, guys? Can you see what I'm doing? Everything clear? Okay. So now I have my narrow score lines on this side. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold up on all of these score lines right here. Okay, just fold them up, and then we'll fold up the second one in, so that's the 1 inch mark, and then the 4 inch mark, we're gonna fold it in. Okay, so you want some nice crisp edges, because these are gonna form your box, okay? And then you've got this little one at 4.5. And I mean, you could just make this out of any color of paper depending on your occasion, even for Halloween. You know, there's black, there's orange, there's purple's very popular for Halloween, right? Oh, good, Kathleen. Everything, you can hear me. Okay, great. So then on the 7.5 score line, this one is going to go in the other direction, okay? And then we're going to fold it back. So when you look at it upside down, you've kind of got a bit of a Z, okay? So you're large, and then it goes in and that way, okay? So that's basically how your box is going to come together. All right, so before I start putting designer paper on, I'm going to add that closure piece, okay? So we've got these score lines, so we have to fold and burnish those. And I'll do this one. Okay, and on those, I'm going to put 2 pieces of tear and tape. Now, if you wanted to just use, you know, glue or whatever, you could do that as well. Because this is sort of the closure on the bottom, I want to put something strong down there so I know that it will hold, okay, and not come out so your tree doesn't come flying out of the bottom of the box. Okay, so for now, I'm just going to peel off one edge. And I'm going to fold it like this. And on this first larger panel between the score lines, you're going to put this right at the edge. Okay, just right at the edge and give it a press. Okay, so that will be the bottom. Then I want to add our top flap. Okay, and that's going to go on this second panel, but at the top. So again, we have those score lines. So let's fold and burnish those. Okay, so I'll do that. And then I have my rounded edges, so that's what's going to hang over the flap. And then I'm just going to put some tear and tape on this first 1/2 inch score line piece, okay, because I don't want the flap to come off either. So again, tear and tape, or if you want to use liquid glue, you know, whatever's a little bit stronger is great. Okay, so I'm going to fold this down. I'm going to bring this over. And then I'm going to, on the second panel, right at the edge between these 2 score lines, I'm going to put this flap. Okay, so just line it up right at the end, like so. Okay, oh, I guess I should have gone over a teeny bit more. Hang on, I'm going to just do that again because I just want to make sure it's centered. Otherwise, the box may not close as smoothly as we would like. Okay. Okay, so this is what the inside of our box looks like. All right, is everybody with me for now? I hope. All right, so now before I'm going to actually close everything up and seal this box, I think I'm going to decorate it first, but you could do it after if you feel more comfortable doing it after, that's fine. So here on our box, when you fold it here, I put some designer paper on this panel. This is where my Happy Halloween is going to go, and then I put some on the back. This designer paper is called Them Bones. It was from, I think it was last year. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was last year. And it's really kind of fun. A lot of little skeletons and things. And then it's got the a big 12 by 12 piece that has little sections, like about 9 sections that you can cut. And you can kind of make as your card fronts and things, okay? So let's start on the inside. And I think this will be the inside. I'm just gonna double check that I'm not putting this on that I'm not putting this on the wrong way. So let me see, because chances are I will do that. I think we're right. Yes, I think we're right, because we're going to flip that over. So you turn it over, and then, is that how it's going to look? Yes. Okay, this will be our front, because we have our flap here, right? Okay, so let's start with our front, which is going to be this panel here, where we have our little tear and tape. Okay, so I'm just going to fold this just to make sure. So flap, and this is going to go under. This will be, and that will be the back. Okay, got it. Haven't messed up just yet. All right. Okay, so I have cut 3 panels of that designer paper, all the same size. So they are 6 1/4 by 2 3/4. And you're going to need 3 of them. So 1 for the front, 1 for the inside, and 1 for the back if you would like to put one on the back. If you don't, you would just need 2. Okay. So what was I going to start with? I think I'm going to put these little guys here on the front. So on the back is just some more neutral. Actually, these look like cats kind of, even though it's kind of a different pattern. But I'm going to use these little skeleton dudes here. So I'm going to put this right on this first panel. Okay, so I'm just going to put some adhesive on, regular adhesive or glue, whatever is your adhesive of choice. Okay, you don't need tear and tape on the DSP, that's fine. The lady, this Verna, I believe, from the US, where Janet directed me to, I believe she did her boxes just out of the designer paper. And I was thinking, okay, like it looked fine. But for me, I thought the designer paper wasn't going to be, what's the word, sturdy enough, I guess. I wanted a little bit of substance to the paper, and I didn't feel that just designer paper, you know, because it's a lot thinner than our cardstock. So that's why I chose to do a cardstock base, and then I'll just decorate it with designer paper. Okay, so that's why we're doing it that way. Okay, so that will be our outside. So let's put some, well, actually, let's finish putting these panels on. So this is going to be the inside here. So for that, I think I'm just going to go with these cats. I'm not a cat person, but these are kind of, you know, their eyes are kind of glowing. Ooh. All right. Or I could do this too. Hang on. Creep it real. That might be fun. Maybe I should do that. What's your vote? Do you want cats or do you want creep it real? I might do creep it real. I think that's kind of funny. Okay. Sorry, guys. I just sort of randomly decided. If I hadn't looked at that back panel, see, you have choices, which is fun with designer papers. Okay, so let's do that. That will be the inside panel. And then we have to put our outside panel. And that is measured the same as the DSP. So 2 3/4 by 6 1/4. Yes, it was cold this morning. The wind chill was cold, and they are predicting, I heard +10 today, but then our wind might get to 50 kilometers an hour, so that might cool things off quite a bit. Okay, so I'm going to stamp on here. And the stamp set I used was Fright Night, which is new to us this year. And it's a bundle, so it comes with some really great dies. You've got these fun spider webs. You have some words that you can cut out, and these nice labels that will cut out some. So you can make nice tags, or, you know, to put on a treat bag, or even use these for, you know, the other occasions. If you did Christmas or you did you know, Valentine's, you could use these frame dies for anything, right? Okay, so for here, I just took out the Happy Halloween and these little, I don't know if they're stars or spiders. I'm not sure what these are, but I'm going to use those two. All right, so let's do our Happy Halloween first, and I'm just doing this in the memento, and I will do it right at, oh, smudge there. How did that happen? Okay, I'm going to just turn that over. So yes, I'm going to do it about just down a little bit and give it a press. Oh, I was a little bit light there, but that's okay. And then I'm going to take those little spiders or whatever they are. They look like little, I don't even know if that is anything or just little dots. Not really sure. All right, so we have those. And that's our stamping. So then we will put this on the inside. And this will be, oh, and I smudged here. Okay. We'll just have to write over that or something. All right, so you can write a little greeting, or if it's for Christmas or birthday, your little greeting there. Okay, so that, and then this is the back panel. So I'm going to use this one. Rest in peace, Jack-o'-lantern, haha. Do you guys all do jack-o'-lanterns? Who does jack-o'-lanterns still? I think most people do. I actually have to carve mine at lunch today because I haven't gotten around to it this week. So that's my lunchtime project. So it'll be ready for tonight, but I love jack-o'-lanterns. My daughter does a pumpkin stack where she has a large, a little smaller, and then a smaller on top. And then she carves each one of them and stacks them on top of each other. And then the way she has the lights and the way they're cut out, the light just flows through from the bottom all through the top. Oh, it's so amazing. She does it every year. Okay, so now I think we are ready. Oh, no, wait, one more sec. We have to put something on our flap here. Okay, for the flap, I just used another bit of that designer paper. This actually says, what does this say? Boo, boo eek, backwards or something. I'm not sure. Okay, so we're going to put this here, but I'm going to round these corners too, just so it's consistent. I'm going to make sure I'm doing the bottom, not the wrong side. Okay, so we'll do this too, just so it's kind of consistent. All right, and we'll just put this on with adhesive. And just under this score line is where you're going to put this. Okay, so this was cut at 3 1/4 by 2 3/4. This little piece here. Okay. So I think all of our paper is ready. So now we are going to put a piece of tear and tape down this long edge here. That is going to be where this is going to all come together. Okay. So let's pull that off. And then what you're going to do is with this piece up, you're going to fold it here and lay it flat on that edge and just press down. Okay? And just press down, and then when you open it, this is your box. Okay, so your flap. And then we have to seal our bottom closure. So this is going to come off. And then you're just going to fold it on that score line. Now this is a little bit tricky, but you just want to put it in far enough. Hope you can see this on camera. Just far enough so it's going to stick. Now the trick is getting it to stick, so I might take my bone folder or maybe a ruler if your bone folder is not long enough, and just sort of press this together. a little press. Hopefully that, where's my ruler? This is the trickiest part, is getting this little bit here to stick. It is for me, the trickiest part, okay? So let's see. Just sort of on that seam, you can get it just to stick down there. That worked. See, so it's kind of nice and flush, and your box is kind of straight. It's not really leaning to one side. And that way, with it sealed like that, it shouldn't come apart because you have that strong tear and tape thing. All right. So there's our front. So I'm just going to decorate this. So from one of those pieces of designer paper, I cut out the boo. This is actually the paper it was on, but because I didn't use that whole piece of paper, I just fussy cut the boo out myself. And so you can pop that up with dimensionals, I guess. Maybe I will. Where are they? Excuse my reach here. Oh, I've got some left on this sheet, so we're going to use them up. Are you loving it, Kathleen? It's a fun one. And you know, once you've got one done, it all makes sense, right? And it's not very difficult to do. And like I say, you can adjust the height of it depending what you want to put in it. I mean, if you've got like 120 kids or something for Halloween, you may not want to do this. Be a little bit of work, but now do I want it? Maybe I'll put it at an angle. That would be fun, hey? All right, and to keep it closed, what I did was I did this little spider web. So he is from the dies in the Fright Night, as well as a little spider. So I just sort of put it like this so that it would tuck in behind the top of the web. So I'm just going to put some adhesive here. Maybe I'll use my glue for here. I suppose you could put some an adhesive sheet just at the bottom, but you know, you have to be careful that you don't get it on the top, because then you would seal your whole box closed. All right, so let's just try to put a little bit of glue. I mean, it will dry clear, so that's always good. Okay, here we go. I think that'll hold. I hope that will hold. All right, so I'm just gonna put this closed just to give me an idea. Okay, and then we'll put it kind of, maybe, where's my glue stop? Okay, maybe about here. Okay, so this doesn't have glue on the top, just on the bottom of the web. Because if you do put it all the way up, this will stick and you won't get your flap out, right? Okay, and then last, we are going to add our little spider. You could add more than one if you wanted. Yeah, do you have this bundle, Kathleen? I know you love Halloween. You did some great work. I saw your own treat bags and things. I'm sure the kids are going to love them. All right, so do that. And there's our little spider. And then this size should, I'm hoping, fit a nice large chocolate bar. Ta-da! See? Fits right in there. And you close it and it's done. So then you open it up and you can write your greeting and you have fun on the back. And this one was a little bit shorter. I don't know if you can see that. So that's why I just altered the height. You know, so like some people do like to give out the full-size chocolate bars at Halloween, you know, like the big Kit Kats or the Arrows, and they would fit probably in this larger one a little bit better. And then again, we have this smaller one, which I just put some Skittles in there. It's the same. It has your greeting there on the inside and your designer paper on the back. So this might be the perfect size if you just want to put in, even as a treat for your coworkers or teacher friends or kids. You know, if you're a teacher, you know, maybe as a little gift for the kiddos if you don't have, you know, 50 kids in your class, which is a whole other topic, but we won't do that today. And yeah, so this one you could, you know, close it with that spider web too, or a different closure if you just wanted to put under a Velcro dot, that would work. You know, you've got those Velcro dots you can get and they stick, and then you would just pop it up and you don't have to worry about a ribbon there. So there, yeah, and you could do it for party favors. Like I say, for birthday, you know, you could use birthday designer paper. For Valentine's Day, Valentine paper. For, like I said, weddings, if you had a beautiful wedding kind of, you know, something neutral, beautiful wedding colors, or if you knew the color of the wedding that you're going to, that the party has chosen, and then you could put in like a gift certificate or gift cards on the inside. And Christmas, right? You could do it with Christmas designer paper, leave this in your neighbor's mailbox or whatever, and put in a nice large chocolate bar, something maybe Christmassy, or some other treats that you think you might like to put in. So there you go. Yeah, it is chilly out. Yes. I wore gloves out this morning too. I had to just run out to the grocery store really quick this morning. So I was out a little earlier than normal, but the wind was cold. It was very cold here this morning with the wind. So I hope our little trick-or-treaters will be not too cold tonight. So I'm just gonna grab my camera. Let me see. Where's my camera? Here. There I am. I'm going to get used to this eventually. Okay. So I hope you really like that box. Something a little bit different. I thought we would do something fun because it is Halloween today. But yeah, like I said, it's an all occasion project, right? You can use it for so many different things. So are you guys expecting a lot of people tonight? I don't know. Depends where you are. I know we have some neighborhoods south Edmonton that can get, I don't know, 400 or 500 kids. And I know my niece and my daughter, they live in a pretty new area and they get well over 100 because it's a brand new area with lots of small kids. So I think some people can just, you know, stay at the door and hand out treats tonight, or some even build nice little, you know, fires and stuff out on their driveways in a container, and they, you know, stay warm with hot cocoa or something. And so it'll be fun. It's a fun night. And I hope you guys have a fun night and have a great weekend. And we are into November tomorrow. Do you believe it? It is coming so quickly. So we are going to go full head on into Christmas mode starting this coming week. And don't forget, any of you out there, if you're watching, we still have that join special that ends tonight at midnight. So don't be spooked. Haha, don't be spooked by that. A really, really great deal to get some stamping products and join the demonstrator family. I'd love it if you would be on my Creative Circle team. It'd be awesome. Okay, guys, I'll let you go. Get your last preparations done for tonight, and we will see you next time. All right. Bye, everybody.